I'd like to welcome, I'm just realizing our viewers have just joined us, and I want to welcome Hal Bergevin and Dr. Hank Slebbinger to Fogtown Network.
Thank you for welcoming us, Mark.
Hal,
that was nicely done.
Hal and Hank, you're very welcome. Hal and Hank are two experts on earthquake prevention, and we're here today. We've invited them to Fogtown Network so that we can determine whether their theories are a 3.1 on the scale, or whether these guys are really talking about things that are 7-point plus ideas on the scale.
We have been on the forefront, the cutting edge. Dr. Slebbinger and myself and our entire organization, Californians for Earthquake Prevention and Climatic Improvement, we have been on the forefront of some very important issues.
Well, there are a lot of very provocative and stimulating ideas in the pamphlet, the way we see it, which you've produced.
Mark, we like to think of it as a book or a tome. It's some 32 pages. I think pamphlet doesn't do it justice.
Doesn't do it justice at all.
Excuse me.
It's something that a great deal of thought and effort was put into.
Pamphlet is something that is dashed off in the middle of the night, too much coffee and not enough printing budget.
Yeah. Well, that's actually why I chose to refer to it as a pamphlet, but it is provocative and stimulating. And I wanted to ask you...
2 out of 3 is not bad.
Yeah, right. Well, I appreciate your whole approach to it, because even the title of the pamphlet that you've produced, which is The Way We See It, suggests that it is your idea. It's really not what you're proposing as the absolute definitive truth, but it's something you feel...
I wouldn't go that far. I'm quite confident that our ideas have been proven correct. Since the October of 1989 earthquake, there have been no deaths from unwanted seismic activity in Northern California. There's been some structural damage. It obviously would have been far worse without our important work.
But one of the things that struck me about it was your connection of urban noise pollution, something we're experiencing at this very moment.
In the background, we're hearing car alarms.
Tell us something about the way in which you feel this contributes.
Well, we're glad that you asked us that question. It's one of the first areas that we examined after the October '89 jolt, when we gathered together and tried to see what human causative elements were responsible or might have exacerbated the seismic threat that we have to live with and we're trying to diminish.
Well, I think it goes without saying that people have had enough of car alarms. But what people don't realize, and this is of course not so well reported, but it is available in a journal, the Journal of Phonetic Sciences, the Bullock-Wilverson hypothesis.
The Bullock-Wilverson hypothesis, which is...
Repeat that again, please.
The Bullock-Wilverson hypothesis. A hypothesis, Mark, is something that scientists use for an idea that's being tested and is not yet proven. It's slightly this side of a theory.
They're very conservative. The tension, the complication of modern life, this is what's causing earthquakes. You see, the tension and the sound are absorbed in invisible sound pools deep within the rock strata. And these sounds, when they become too deeply concentrated, are what cause earthquakes.
Yeah, noise as a causative element. How does it work, you might ask? Well, it's not, you can understand this as a layman.
Sure.
You don't have to have dozens of years of graduate work to understand this. It's as simple as this. The noises that we've become accustomed to in our urban life of the late 20th century, noises like car alarms, that piercing, hideous noise, the noise of a tractor-trailer truck, the noise of jackhammers, unjacketed jackhammers, that is, the ones that are causing the greatest noise. Imagine all of this. Here we have a beautiful city, San Francisco, but throughout it, there's sound explosions and noise pollution all over, leaching into the soil.